Hello, everybody. I'm MyriadMike, and welcome to our very first podcast. And today's subject, we're going to be specifically talking about MechWarrior, the lore, some of our favorite builds, our favorite games, and I've brought with me, and what I would consider an expert in this.
Hey, I'm Chris. I'm Foxtrot on MechWarrior Online.
All right, so very simple part of it is, so let's just go ahead and start off with your background criteria, what you've been working on lately, what you've been playing. Obviously, MechWarrior Online. So if you want to go, maybe talk a little bit about that, maybe your clans, anything of that nature.
All right. Well, I am a mercenary. We are part of a mercenary group called the Devil Dogs. We base in the Steiner Hub on TeamSpeak. We are primarily Steiner, but we have been known to go with some clan mercenary contracts and move around a lot.
So that's pretty fucking cool. Like the whole mercenary idea thing. So you have to you just get hired by other people to go do matches and stuff?
Basically, we find people that we enjoy playing with, seeing if they want us to take a contract and play with them for a week or 2 weeks, and we just set it up and go with them.
How does that work in exchange for like currency, or how does that work?
Basically, you get loyalty points in the online on the competitive scene, and with the loyalty points, you automatically get upgraded several ranks. With ranks comes some rewards: C-bills, which is the in-game currency; MC, which is the bought currency; mech bays, all sorts of little prizes that really kind of help make it a little bit more lucrative for us.
So you guys, pretty good?
Oh, we're all right. We're on the more casual side, but I know quite a few very, very competitive people and competitive groups that used to be part of our group as well. So we're good for getting you into the game, getting you used to the system, and whenever you want to move on to a more competitive scene, we can put you in the right direction.
Oh, that's awesome. So I take it that some of the people in your group, your mercenary group, have actually, their performance has attracted the attention of certain groups, and they've moved on to be with those groups.
Oh, very much so.
Oh, awesome. So my overall experience of playing MechWarrior is really just down to one game, which I played Mercenaries like a fiend back in the day. I love that game. I think one of my favorite parts of it, I think, are the arenas on Solaris. I think that's what it's called. That was so much fun to me. I think I played a lot. I mean, I had to play a little bit of everything with Solaris. You had to play light, you had to play mediums, you had to play heavy assault. You know, there was the different categories for those. Out of all of those, I think I had the most fun with mediums overall. They just seemed to fit my playstyle a little bit, just a little bit better. But then again, I was no expert on weaponry and everything else. I just basically what I felt like worked best, and I played that. But I'm playing against computers, not real people. How's the? I'm sure you've played some stuff against PCs and against real. You know, obviously, you're playing against real people now. What is it? Is there a difference in the feel for it for you, or?
Well, there's no melee. There's no, you can't grab the mech. You don't have swords. You don't have any kind of melee. They had the push down option, but people took way too much advantage of it, so they just took it out completely. Basically, you could use a dragon. I don't know if you know that mech. It's a 65-ton mech, and it could knock down anything for whatever reason.
Wow!
So it was pretty bad for a minute.
Do you have to be close range for that?
You just ran into them.
Oh, okay.
And then you would just stand next to them. When they tried to get up, you'd knock them back down. It was bad. People abused it, but that was closed beta days. We don't speak of those days.
The dark days.
The dark days.
Fair enough. So, on MechWarrior Online, I guess currently right now, do you have a favorite of your setups that you like?
Well, all right, my favorite mech, I guess, right now, what I really love, and I have over 100 mechs, is probably my Jester, which is a catapult variation. It's a hero mech, so you pay a little bit of money, but I got it on sale, so it was half off. It has 6 laser hard points and 2 ballistic hard points. I don't use the ballistic hard points. And in the laser hard points, I have 2 large pulse lasers and 4 medium lasers. And I have it set so that I fire 1 large pulse and 2 mediums from the left side, and 1 large pulse and 2 mediums from the right side. I can go around corners, pop people, and get back pretty safely before I have to run off. I have jump jets so that I can jump up onto a ledge, fire, and I have enough mobility to jump back down the ledge before they can really react to me.
Is there any type of reality for real life military strategy when you're playing these games, especially online against real people? Flanking maneuvers, fake outs of like moving your units. You obviously have ways to somewhat hide your units, at least from radar and being able to be targeted.
Yes, there are actually quite a few military people that I know that play the game that have helped me with tactics throughout the time from closed beta on to the current day.
Oh, wow. So it does have a kind of real world. You can actually use some of the real world knowledge to
a lot of
get
tank
a one up.
formations.
Formations?
Like heavy artillery and stuff of that nature. Star formation, the little checker. I can't remember the actual name. I could pull up a diagram for you, and I'm sure they'll help out a lot. But it's easily attainable. It's easily understood. It's all about spotting the unit with a scout, and then trying to move your heavier units into an area where they can be best used. You don't want to be caught unawares.
Does MechWarrior Online have a built-in audio chat, or do you guys obviously have to use external software?
They are talking about implementing a VoIP software, a voice into the game. But right now, Discord and TeamSpeak are probably the most popular choices.
I would assume communication is very fucking necessary.
Very necessary.
Because you don't want to be sitting there trying to type something out while you're getting shot at, or you're trying to report back a scout.
There is an ability where you can take command of the entire unit and put markers on the mini-map.
Oh, that's amazing.
You have a little mini-map grid, which is small, but you can press the B button and bring up the whole map and see where your commander wants you to move.
Oh, that's pretty fucking sweet. When you're playing online, are any of the, when you're doing stuff, are there certain restrictions for like what you can take in, or is it kind of an open game thing where everybody can kind of bring in whatever units they want?
It used to be pretty unbalanced, as I said, the dark days of closed beta. But they've balanced out the weight restrictions. It's you're basically by weight. Assaults, mediums, lights, and heavies are pretty even on both sides. Sometimes you'll have one more than the other, but sometimes you'll have a lot of heavy, slow mechs against a lot of fast mechs, and they get creamed. So the assaults get creamed by all the fast movers. So it's not always good to be heavier.
Right. I get you. Is it like each team has a certain amount of weight points that they have to fit within, or
if you have 12 people, which is the maximum number of people, you will have a weight restriction.
So less people, you can actually play around with that a little bit more.
Yeah, the less people, I think 3 people can take 300-ton mechs. I think your weight restriction is 300, so you're okay. But as you get up and more, they don't want you to just go in, because the dark days, I remember we used to do 12-man atlases.
Oh, God.
And so we were organized, and it doesn't matter if you can move fast or not. We were going to just mow you down with our shiny German mechs.
So, let's talk about... let's take a little bit of lore into this and start talking about a little bit of that. With MechWarrior Online, does it fit in a specific timeline in the current lore, or where are we at in that regard?
All right, so the timeline starts out a little bit before the clan invasion. We started out. It was Rosalhog, Glau, Steiner, Davian, the Merricks. You know, all the basic inner sphere guys. There weren't. They didn't have any separation of any smaller groups or clans or anything like that. Then when the clans invaded, really the competitive scene kind of took off, and now we have a whole little section with the universe map, and up at the top there's Jade Falcon, Clan Wolf, Ghost Bear, and Smoke Jaguar up at the top, and Rosal Hog, of course, they're up there. They usually get smashed out, but leave it to the MechWarrior community to change history. We had the Battle of Tukiad, and Clan Wolf won the Battle of Tukiad, which historically Innisphere won. It was a hard-fought battle, but Innisphere won, and they did not win. And it was pretty heavy-handedly that the clans won. So they were determined to change history.
So how does that work with like replaying those battles in lore? Is that something that's just set up by the community, or is it something that they actually do event-wise?
It's a massive tournament, and basically it's hundreds of groups all at once, and they queue up, and you fight 12v12, and there's lots of them going on at one time, and you're accruing points.
Oh wow!
For both sides. So if Innisphere wins, they get a point. If Clan wins, they get a point. Clan's decimated. At that time, they were a little overpowered, but they've been nerfed into the ground. So really, the most skilled Clan pilots can still use them to their best abilities, but don't let that dissuade you from using them, because they are bound to rebalance them again.
Oh wow! I know we were talking about just before we started this podcast that there's some new features that have just recently been added, and I'm already kind of stoked, and I've got to reinstall MechWarrior Online now because of this. But you're telling me that there's some more customization features that they've added to kind of add a little bit more flavor to the individual player in the game.
Yes, I'm very excited about it too. It's a new pilot tree feature, which allows you to quirk your own mechs. When you buy your mechs, your mech has certain strengths that's already there. There used to be negative quirks, but it made some mechs just completely unusable, so they just took the negative quirks out. But you can customize your mech to, say, for example, an Atlas, a 100-ton mech. It's slow, it's powerful, but it's tanky. You could quirk it to be more mobile in the mobility part of the pilot trees. You can quirk it to be faster. You can quirk it to hit even harder. You can quirk it to be the tankiest Atlas on the face of the planet. You have 91 points, so you can't max out everything, but you can make any mech a force to be reckoned with.
That's pretty fucking sweet. And we were talking about this earlier, just to make this clear. You don't start with those 91 points. You have to earn that as you go along.
Basically, think of it as...
And that's per mech, right?
Yes, per mech. Basically, think of your pilot gaining experience through the fight to be able to know what he wants his mech to do. Your pilot needs to understand the difference between each of the chassis. Just because you understand one chassis doesn't mean you understand another, because there's a whole different set of hard points, there's a whole different set of quirks, there's a whole different set of pretty much everything. So any mech can really become a great part of your roster.
For me, I was always when you're looking at the designs and everything, I think the most memorable mech to me, as far as like a flagship for like the artwork and everything else, has always been the Mad Cat. That sucker has always been the one that they show off the most whenever they're doing a lot of their promotional material, at least in my opinion, that I seem to notice. Because that bad boy just looks fucking awesome to me. It always has. And I actually like to pilot that one quite a bit. That's is that a medium or an assault?
It's a heavy, I believe.
It's a heavy? Oh, my bad. Shows what I know. Because I used to strap that. I think it's got you've got rockets on the top, and then you've got what, 2 arms that you can equip
You got
down?
2 missile pods on the top. Usually your arms contain laser hard points, and sometimes you have ballistics in your side torsos.
Can you slap Gauss rifles on those bad boys?
Yes, you can find a way. You can find a way.
There's a will, there's a way. Some duct tape, and we'll get that motherfucker to stay on there, damn it. It'll fucking happen. Yeah, because that was always a thing for me. I think that was my main weapon of choice. Like, anytime I could slap a Gauss rifle onto something, I don't care what it was, that was what I was putting onto it, even though I shouldn't have. It was just my favorite weapon to use. At least in Mercenaries, when I used to play that a lot. And when I played the little bit of Mechwarrior Online, because I think I was playing it very early on in beta, it had a feel, and I don't know if this is just something that's universal for Mechwarrior games or not, but because I played so much Mercenaries, it felt a lot like Mercenaries. At least the controls, the maneuverability of the certain mechs, just the way you set everything up, it looked and felt a lot like Mercenaries.
Did the Gauss rifle charge up, or did it instantly shoot?
I think there was a few second delay per shot.
You got it after it started charging up. It used to instantly shoot.
And
it
Jesus.
was just ridiculous. You would strap PPCs and Gauss rifle and just press a button, and all that damage would just instantly go to your target.
Death. Gauss rifle sniper. Jesus, say that 5 times fast. Yeah, wow. So let's just take a step back and talk about what would be another game other than online that you've played that you would have recommended to somebody
that likes Mechwarrior?
Yeah. Or at least another one in the series that you liked so much. I mean, personally, for me, obviously, I fanboy over Mercenaries. This is really the only one I really played.
I mean, everyone loves that game.
Yeah, Mercenaries is so fucking good.
It's a great way to learn controls, learn mechs, learn builds, because you can customize a pretty good bit in there, too.
Yeah. Because you had all your hard points and, like, your...
It's a great arena.
Yeah.
You know, if you want to
Solaris is amazing.
I mean, that's something they need to add in MechWarrior Online. For when people's like, oh, 1v1 me or something like that. You're like, all right, meet
Small
you in the
arenas.
arena.
Yeah, that'd be fucking sweet. Need to have the fucking announcer from back in the day on Solaris, man, because that shit was funny as hell to me.
You can do it in training grounds, but it's hard to get people to follow you into the training grounds. It's like, oh, well, this guy's a little bit confident. I really don't want to come fight him
now. Is there any type of negatives for losing? Do you have anything you lose when you lose? Like, do you have to pay for your ammunition?
If you do a lot of team damage, like if you shoot your teammates a lot, maybe accidentally or whatever, you have to pay for the damages.
Oh, wow.
If you lose and you don't get enough points, I can kind of go into that a little bit more, but you lose rank.
Oh, yeah.
There's a rank. There's 1 to 5. And basically, like, you can lose, but you did a lot of damage, you did a lot of kills, you supported people with your ECM, blah, 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 scouted, and you'll still get points to rank up.
Oh, wow, that's still good.
And
so being a good player, losing doesn't necessarily...
You are not. If you're a good player, you're going to do fine.
Ah.
If you screw around, if maybe you have a bad connection, something like that, you're probably going to get a little bit... you're going to get demoted. Which isn't the worst thing in the world, because at least you have a way up.
Right.
You'll make the same amount of C-bills. They have where you pay money and you get extra C-bills per match.
What about people that... All right, so is that like a gambling thing, or...
No, it's like being a member.
Oh.
For a minute. I can't remember what it's called because I never use it. You can make more C-bills than you could ever use.
Yeah. Wow. Well, for somebody who has over 100 mechs, I'm assuming you've got quite a few hours of playtime.
Yeah, I'm probably going to have to sell some of my mechs to get some of the new ones so I can start playing with them. Because
do you have a limited amount of space?
I have a limited amount of garage space right now. I have quite a few mech bays because, as I said, we're mercenaries and we move around a lot, and I've got quite a few mech bays from that.
So when you're saying you move around a lot, maybe that's something it's not just. Is it like a world-based thing, or
Oh yeah,
do you have places that another territory that you don't have access to other materials from another place, or what's the deal?
um they don't have restrictions like if you're Steiner, you're not restricted to Atlas and Commandos and Steiner made mechs. Um, and if you're not Davian, you don't have. If you're Steiner, you still have access to Davian made mechs like Centurions and stuff
Okay,
like
cool.
that. So you're not area restricted based on what you choose your contract as. It would be cool if you chose a loyalty that you had access to more quirks to a mech or something
Oh, that would be cool.
of
Yeah.
a certain kind if it was for that. But I don't know. They the creators don't always do things that I agree with, but but this pilot tree has to be one of the best things that's come out in the past.
That sounds exciting. It sounds like a lot of fun to mess with. Just because any more customization that you add into a game, it always brings more diversity, more competition, and more reason to play.
Yes.
Anything, and this one's been out, what, 3-4 years now, this version?
Yeah, I think it's 4 years maybe. I've been playing with my guys for quite a while.
So I know you've got people from all over the world you play with that are
I got
part of your
quite a
mercenary
few
group.
quite a few Aussies.
Mm.
I
Good
have,
eye, Mike.
yeah. Hey, they show me the way. they're excellent bushwhackers. Actually, the bushwhacker just got released, I believe.
Mm.
Yeah, that's a very interesting mech. I believe you probably piloted one in Mercenary.
Yeah, I remember the Bushwhacker. Or at least I remember the name. I'm trying to bring a picture up, but I can't. So, it's definitely one I haven't thought of too much. Which is funny, because back in the day, like, heaven forbid, my version of Mercenaries was like a cracked one, so I just had 2 discs that were burned, and I had to have some special executable that I put on the seat,
right.
so I wouldn't have to run it off disc, and played the shit out of it, though. I'm not even sure if it'd run on modern-day machines, but... Because, a lot of older games are so finicky about that. I tried playing something else not too long ago, and it just refused to run. So, yeah, I definitely recommend, because it's free to download, and as far as, like, the initial bits, it's free to play. I don't know... So what's the dynamics on the pay-to-win on there? Is it bad? Do you have a lot of people that
really,
are just
it's like
dumping a lot of shit tons of cash and they're just super badass?
It feels like all you make is just 25% more.
Oh, really?
So it's like not worth, I don't know. People would probably feel like it's a lot easier when they first start, but there's absolutely nothing in the game that you can pay for that you are guaranteed to win as.
Oh, wow.
There's absolutely nothing. And like there's nothing that I can tell you to get. Like, hey, get in this as soon as possible, and
wow.
you're just gonna do great. There's no OP mechs. There used to kind of be, but they were really expensive, so it kind of balanced out.
Right. And as far as that goes, so they balance stuff pretty often, I assume. Anytime there's a new flavor of the month kind of meta, they try to look at it and see what they have to do for it, I assume.
And I like that.
Yeah.
I really like that because there was a time where jump snipers, where they had Gauss and PPCs and jump jets, and so they increased the heat for PPCs, and they added the charge onto the Gauss. That really kind of neutered them a little bit. They had to be a lot quicker. You could tell the unskilled players because they would pop up and loose their Gauss, and the Gauss would miss you. And then you see them fire the PPC, and you turn your mech, and it would just go past you. And you're like, okay. Guys, see the boat? Because there was a map, there used to be a boat in it, and they would jump up behind the boat. It's like, all right, he's right there, and I'd put a tag, and then we'd all look, he'd jump, he'd just get blasted out of the air, so...
There's no real like air maneuverability once you're up. Like you can't like strafe left or right with some type of
unfortunately,
rockets.
there's no aerospace fighters or anything like that. That would be amazing. Oh my goodness. There's no
no aircraft.
No aircraft. There's no like you're not fighting on a spaceship on the outside of a spaceship. There's no non-gravity maps or anything like that.
That would, I don't even know how that would really function like really well in space. Like, you would have some serious issues. I jumped. Shit, I'm not coming back.
Of course, they could do a cool map where it would be you fighting on a spaceship and the map is round, right?
Oh, nice.
So you'd have to like walk around and you're fighting on this curved surface. It would be really difficult for a lot of people.
I think it'd be difficult for the programmers as well because I
Yeah,
don't think they have that really set up that way. Because I could imagine like being able to play on a map that really did loop around. When you went to the far left side, you actually came out the right side of the map. You know what I mean? So like a moon, like a small moon or something like that, where there was just you could somehow bullshit the gravity, so you're able to like fight on this small round surface.
They could do like a lot of game designers do and take cues from Nintendo Senpai.
Oh,
like
right.
Mario Galaxy when he's on those little planets and he's walking around on the planets. Whatever programming that is, I want a piece of that, right?
Right. So it'd be first person, well, like over the shoulder sometimes, depending on how you have it set up. Because I'm sure you can do that with a mech. You can shoot over the shoulder.
The map variation is very nice as well. Mm. There's a moon base that's one of my favorites because it's very sterile, right? There's a lot of there's a dish in the center. You can go underground in the center. There's open space. There's not a lot for you to hide behind, So it's kind of just get out and brawl. There's a jungle map. Ooh, where it's a swampland, and so you're running through the swampland. There's little plateaus you can jump up on. There's brush you can hide behind, and there's these giant crustaceans, skeletons everywhere.
That's fucking sweet.
That there's some that the lights can run into, and you can jump down and run off. And there's lily pads, these giant lily pads that stand up out of the ground. So like if a light runs into that, you're coming and you're looking down trying to spot them, you can't see them.
Wow.
All the lily pads, it's they really did a great job on a lot of the maps. There's the ice map where it's frozen and there's always a blizzard, so like you have to put on heat vision.
Oh, really?
To see people.
Holy shit, that sounds awesome.
Is
that something that's normally standard with most mechs? Is heat vision?
Yes.
Okay,
that's
good.
standard. Yeah, you don't have to customize your vision options.
Oh, okay.
Well, you can customize for advanced zoom, which can help with sniping, of course.
So when you first start out in MechWarrior Online, I don't know if you remember because it's probably been a little while for you. Do you just have a certain set of mechs you can choose from when you first start out?
They have trial mechs.
Trial mechs.
Where they put it out there. They're free. You can't change the loadout or anything. You just kind of get in there and you
go at it, huh?
You do damage and you get C-bills, and but also you get bonuses for the first couple of games you play. So you make a lot of money really fast. And probably what I would recommend after that, if you wanted to, is either buy a medium or a light and start on that tree, because mediums and lights are a little bit cheaper. You can get into a mech that you customize, get in a mech that you really kind of like. Figure out if you're a fighter, if you like tankier. Let's see, if you like a tankier fighter, maybe go for, as I said before, the Centurion. It's a 50-ton mech. It's got a shield arm. It's got a heavy weapon arm, and it usually has some extra hard points that you can put some lighter weapons into the center and sides. If you like the lighter, faster mechs, there's always the Locust, which is the lightest mech there is. It's really, really, really fast. There is a hero.
I'm sure it's very easy to pop, though.
Oh, yeah, if you can catch it.
No, if you can catch it, right.
Don't stand still. Just keep moving.
just run to win. You got to go fast.
Paint it blue. Call it Sonic. Just got to go fast.
Hey, you can customize it all sorts of ways.
I'm assuming logos and all that stuff is still.
Oh yeah. They just released. I really like Nova Cats.
Yeah.
They just released that decal. So I'm
Oh,
gonna have to get that.
that's fucking sweet.
Yeah.
That is pretty fucking sweet. But yeah, we so basically it's not too hard to start out and get some C-bills with the initial free mechs. And like you said, you recommended just basically touching the waters with one of the cheaper mechs, a medium or light, just kind of re-going over this. And kind of figuring out what your flavor is and whether or not you want to go fucking up with assault and heavy or stick with your lights and mediums. So I could get behind that. It wouldn't be too hard to do. When you're first getting into it, how's the playing field for matchups? Do they usually put you against other people of similar skill level? Do you start getting people requesting you to join their clans right away? What's the deal?
Oh, people aren't going to probably request you to join clans because they like to invite people they already know. This is an older group of people. There's not a lot of kids. So, you're not going to be spammed with anything, really.
No 12-year-olds telling me they fucked my mother last night.
If you find a person that, is making good calls or being helpful or something like that, go ahead and friend them because they're probably not a creeper. There's a forum online and you'll have no difficulty in finding an area for Discord or TeamSpeak. And there's actually one in NGNG, which is a TeamSpeak server that the creators of MechWarrior actually made. It's really helpful. It's really nice, especially for the newer players. You're going to start out in matchmaking probably near the middle, and that can be good and bad.
Yeah, especially if you're really inexperienced. I can see that being kind of bad.
My tip is to lock on using the R or E key. And look at where your teammates are going. If you see a mech that's painted, follow it around. They're probably pretty good. They probably have been in the game for a while, and they probably know where they're going. Don't try not to follow people that just run off on their own, unless you're a light or a scout, and then you can go with them if they are a light. If they're just something big and they're going off on their own, they're just asking to die.
Right, yeah.
But if there's a light, you can wing behind them, and do like a 6, 7, 8 o'clock, 5, 6, 7 o'clock behind them.
Yeah.
And cover their back while they're scouting around. Try not to show yourself, stuff like that.
So what's the, because obviously you've got a base where you can walk forward and you can turn the upper part of your mech left and right to look around and basically be able to see all around you in that major. How difficult is it to get used to that type of piloting? Because I actually still probably today have a hard time even when I played Mercenaries so much. It's not it's not standard shooter material.
I say I got pretty used to it after a couple of games, especially because people walked with me.
Yeah.
Because I wasn't the first person that was starting this. I definitely see applications in VR. I think it would be a great game to put VR into and just put your mech movement into the movement of your head, and it would be pretty interesting.
Until you owl that shit and you're just like, oh god, I just broke my neck trying to look behind me while I'm walking forward. Dear God, that's horrible. Yeah, I could see that being pretty fucking bad. But I mean, at the same time, you're right. I could see the benefits of the VR as well. So, you being our expert here, I'm going to go ahead and play a little game with you.
Oh, goodness.
So, it's really simple. It's just a little word game, basically. The whole idea is we've got these different chassis here on the list. And I'm going to read out to you just various weird clues. And you kind of come back with the chassis name, see if you can get it right.
Oh, goodness. All right.
Going to start with the first one. Female. Typically elderly creature that screams of a victim's impending doom in Irish mythology.
A banshee.
Correct. All right, cool. The creature Quasimodo in a story written by author Hugo.
Hunchback.
Congratulations. See, these are pretty easy. You got no problem.
Oh, goodness.
The albino creature Ghost in a fictional series by Arthur Martin.
The Timberwolf?
Direwolf, close.
Okay, alright.
Larvae of this can remain dormant underground for up to 17 years.
A cicada?
That's it.
There we go.
Yeah. A variation of the game of solitaire.
Oh, goodness.
This is... I would find this to be a little hard if you've never fucking played it.
Blackjack.
Spider.
Oh.
The term... I could see... Wow. The term pit, commonly associated with this reptile, refers to heat-sensing organs in its head.
Oh, the pit viper?
Yeah, you're right. Yeah, viper. The creature, Polyomethus, blinded by Odysseus while sleeping in his cave, is a what?
Cyclops.
There you go.
There we go.
This is a one-word clue, so good luck with this one. A headsman.
Headsman. Executioner.
Bam! Nice. Where you nailing these? All right, cool. A ballistic machine characterized by multiple hinges. The ballistic machine characterized by multiple hinges.
Oh, I give up. What is it?
Trebuchet.
Oh!
Subject of a famous poem by Edgar Allan Poe.
The Raven.
Nice. That's very easy so far. The last name of American comedian Kathy, star of My Life on the D List.
What?
All right. Last name of American comedian Kathy, a star of My Life on the D List.
I don't know.
Female comedians with the first name Kathy.
I
She has red hair.
I don't know.
Griffin.
Oh my goodness.
That's fair enough.
No. I'm seeing these mechs as you name them.
All right, let's go. Let's see if Pokemon knowledge is any good.
Oh goodness.
TM24, a highly accurate electric move in the Pokemon series of games.
A Thunderbolt.
Oh yeah.
There we go.
All right, this is a fun one. Please don't get too controversial here. Last name of Olympic decathlon gold medalist, known at the time as Bruce. He's a she now.
Oh, the Jimmer? The Jenner?
Jenner.
Yeah, Jenner.
Okay, here we go. 1985 film starring a 7-time Mr. Olympia winner. Mr. Olympia is like the, I'm a flexing dude, You
got me. What is it?
Commando.
Oh, no.
Lord of the Hellenic Pantheon.
Oh, the Odin.
No.
Oh, really?
It's Zeus.
Zeus.
Close enough, though. First name of author Hugo, creator of a story concerning Quasimodo. 2 Quasimodo questions in the same freaking setup. Who would have thunk it?
There's a Hunchback and there is a Quasimodo. Isn't there?
Yeah, we've already gone through that one. Well, we went through the Hunchback. I don't know about Quasimodo's back. But this is the first name of the author.
Oh, man, you're stomping me with this.
This is Victor. The Victor.
Oh, my goodness.
Victor Hugo. Author, okay. Muscular predator from the weasel family.
The mongoose.
No, actually.
Really?
The Wolverine.
Oh. Oh, my goodness.
Right?
I'm missing these so bad.
All right, you've got this one. I'm sure of it. You've even talked about this one earlier today, at least with me. Commander of 100 Roman soldiers.
Oh, the Centurion.
Bam. All right, good luck with this one. Holy shit. Hope you know basketball. Minnesota NBA athlete. You said it earlier, though.
Oh, did I?
You said it earlier in reference to an albino ghost creature. You said the wrong name in that one.
Oh, the Timberwolf.
There you go. It's Timberwolf. Correct. A short, leather-wrapped club.
Short head, leather wrap.
Usually
club.
used to knock somebody the fuck out.
I mean, that's like a billy club or something.
Also a card game.
Blackjack.
There you go.
There we go. Oh no, there's more.
I'm just going to keep throwing clues out till you fucking get it. All right. Among the biblical 10 plagues of Egypt.
Locust.
Damn right. Received a flesh wound at the hands of Arthur, King of the Britons.
Black Knight.
Just a flesh wound!
Just a flesh wound.
Title of the 1997 song by The Prodigy, described by Crane as angrily British.
Angrily British.
Yeah, good luck with this shit. It's by
Yeah.
Prodigy. It's one of the only songs I can even think of by Prodigy when I think of songs.
Oh, he just says it over and over again, doesn't he?
I'm a...
Oh no.
Little kids often like to, use lighters to do this,
Fire starter.
There you go. Constellation commonly depicted as hunting neighboring constellation Taurus.
Orion.
Damn right. You got that one now. All right. Title character and protagonist who serves as the nemesis of the Krugen in the 1986 film. There can be only one.
Oh, the Highlander.
There we go. You look like you were stumping yourself a little bit there, so I'm just helping you out. Aquatic animal that lends its name to a nebula easily detectable by common telescopes within the constellation Taurus. Good fucking luck.
Oh, the
Aquatic animal that lends its name to a nebula easily detectable by common telescopes within the constellation Taurus.
Pisces. No, it's not.
Would also be the symbol for cancer.
Oh, the crab.
There you go.
Crab. Oh,
Gotcha.
goodness.
All right, Latin word that translates to new in English. It also means no-go in Spanish. I used to drive one. Not the Mech, the real thing.
Oh, you got me. I don't know what it is.
It's a Nova.
Nova. Okay.
Oh, yeah. I had a 1972 Chevy Nova. That was my first car. Right? Apparently I drove a Mech as a kid. Who knew? One who confirms the validity of a belief or defends the innocent from accusation. Yeah, good luck.
Oh, goodness.
I don't even know of another way to say this in order to help you.
I give up. What is it?
Vindicator.
Vindicator. Oh, my goodness.
All right, these are the last.
These are tough.
These are the last two. So here we go. Hope you're all playing along at home. Titan, who attempted and failed to trick Hercules in adopting his heavy punishment.
Oh, my God. My mythology's so bad.
Titan, who attempted and failed to trick Hercules in adopting his heavy punishment.
Oh, the Atlas.
There you go. There you go. Very nice. All right. This is the very last one. For 1,000 points.
Oh, no.
Wandering pillager or looter.
Oh, my goodness. I'm going through, like, there's an assassin mech, there's a... I guess I'll lose those 1,000 points. What is it?
It's the Marauder.
The Marauder.
Well, thank you guys all so much for joining us today. This is our very first podcast. If you want to hear more things about MechWarrior and things of that nature, please leave us comments, send me a message, whatever you want to do. You can find us on MyriadGamers.com, the website, MyriadGamers, the YouTube channel, and our new, obviously, podcast channel, which you're probably going to find this on iTunes or our site, the MyriadGamers iTunes channel. So please stop by, say hi. Thank you so much for coming by, Chris, and talking with us today.
No problem.
It's been a lot of fun. I know there's probably more we could have talked about, loadouts and things of that nature, but it's been good. So thank you all so much for listening. See you next time. Peace!